I will say three things. I've called them the three Ps. One is problem, two is performance, three is priority. On problem, I think founders should really think about what problem they're solving for and how big a problem it actually is. And I always say that that really depends on what the market tells them the problem is, not what they think the problem is. And I'll qualify that a little bit more when we talk about performance, which is my number 2P. So on performance, I always say that if the customer informs your build or your product, then essentially the customer is qualifying the problem. If you find a real problem, customers will come, they will stay, and they will pay. That's my general rule. Founders, however, need to almost outperform every other potential investment that an investor is looking at that time. So if they're talking to a given investor, that investor is probably talking to 10 different companies, but they need to stand out from the crowd. And this is why performance is very key, which leads me to my final P, which is priority. And priority is more like fundraising strategy. So who do you think about when you're thinking about fundraising? Which investors? What is their thesis? Does it fit with what you're building? Are they the right stage? And actually in the given fund, is the particular investor that you're speaking to the right one for the business that you're building? So this is what I mean by prioritization and like figuring out your fundraising strategy. Once you've figured all of that out, particularly the fundraising strategy piece, then you should reach out to those targeted funds and investors. But I always say you should do it via what I call warm leads or trusted advisors. Everyone says some people don't have a network for reaching out to investors. My view is if you are building a tech company, you almost certainly are connected to other people in tech. And fortunately, because of LinkedIn, you're probably going to be connected to one other person that knows the fund that you want to talk to. And then you go through that person to get an intro. And I guarantee you 9 out of 10 times, they'll at least take the call. And that's the time for the fundraiser to shine.